moments away from kickoff between the Bentley Falcons 0-2 to start the season. Up against the Franklin Pierce Ravens 1-1. Bentley led by first-year head coach C.J. Scarpa, the former Falcon, class of 2018. Was a good quarterback for this Falcons squad throughout his career. Started at the FCS level at my alma mater, Elon University down in North Carolina. But then came here after a redshirt season and has bounced around the coaching ranks and now gets his first head coaching job going up against an outstanding up-and-comer in the coaching ranks, Russell Gaskamp, who took over this Franklin Pierce team when they restarted the program in 2019 and has led this team throughout the COVID transition, came out of it, and has steadily improved this program and roster year over year, and this may be the year it could all come together, as they were at 500 last year, and they are knocking on the door of being a real challenger, particularly on the offensive side of the football, where they have Adrian Parker, the reigning offensive player of the year. We have two great offensive players that we can highlight. On one side, you have Adrian Parker, and then for Bentley, you got to get Rashawn Bradford, last year's MVP, more involved through the first couple of weeks of the season. He has only had 7 catches for 45 yards, Dick.
Well, Bentley, again, having to play last week, they were overmatched on the offensive and defensive line, so it's difficult. You end up having to throw the ball in less than 2 seconds so your quarterback doesn't get killed. Today should be a pretty evenly matched. It'll be interesting to see whether Franklin Pierce offensive and defensive lines can dominate, and Bentley really has got 2 good offensive tackles in Luciano, and their tailback is, again, being replaced. Vinny Holmes and Mr. Wade at quarterback are 2 guys that they'll be missing. So Bentley is looking for their identity on offense. They're going to have to their kids are going to have to play a little bit better on the defensive front, and we'll see what is in store here for Franklin Pierce, which had a good game against Slippery Rock, but they were not competitive as far as the offensive and defensive lines. And against Pace, they dominated. They had 6 interceptions against Pace. So we'll have to wait and see. If you get 6 turnovers in a game, it's pretty difficult not to come out on top. So today will be a matchup between 2 very evenly matched teams, and this is an important game for Bentley. The rest of the schedule favors them in the middle, but they need to win this. You don't want to be 0-3, and you start asking yourself, who are we?
Franklin Pierce will kick the ball off, having won the coin toss, defer to the second half. Adonis Santos will kick deep, where Mason Hatfield awaits. Wearing number 22, also back there is Ema Enda. It's a little bit of a squibber, bounces around and almost fumbled. Trying to fall upon it was John DeMore, but it is ultimately fallen upon, and Bentley will take it just past the 20-yard line. And we get our first look at the sophomore redshirt Luke Warnock, 6-footer from Boca Raton. On the season, 30 of 55, 184 yards, 2 picks, has not thrown a touchdown pass as of yet. We'll see if we get a little bit of Isaiah Osgood as well. Rashawn Bradford joins him in the backfield to start, wearing number 0, last year's MVP in the conference. Has 3 receivers to the right, including Pat Damon, the leading receiver as a tight end, wearing number 87 and a captain. Now they send Bradford in motion. They look for him. Now they go deep down the right-hand side. They have a man tiptoeing the sideline, but not hauling it in was the retreating Zion Simmons, 2nd and 10.
And they broke the quarterback rule there. When you throw that football, especially on a fade ball or a sideline ball, it can't be out of bounds. If he catches it there, again, no good. You've got to give the receiver a chance to catch the football.
Justin Mays was there in coverage. Bentley's offensive line, left to right, Boutros, Ellis, Jackson, Guy, and Luciano. Boutros and Luciano on the outside, the returners. And then in the middle, there's some new guys that we have to get used to this season, as running up the middle and just going off the right-hand side is Campo. Joshua Campo, 15 carries for a team-high 67 net yards, and we have a player down for Bentley. We'll see who it is, but it might be it's Jake Guy. As you see on the replay, Guy goes down and immediately getting signaled. So that's your right guard, the 6'2 graduate student, 286 pounds from Mahwah, New Jersey. and not the start you want for Bentley. A missed opportunity on the faded pass, and then an injury to your right guard.
Nothing worse than having an offensive lineman. Those guys, those five who work Monday through Friday work together, and they need to be, the heartbeat has to be almost the same. When a guy goes down, somebody else has got to go in there, but he's taken so few reps in practice time.
Second on the depth chart behind Guy is Antonio Puleo, 6'4", 320-pound big man sophomore from right here in Waltham, and his family is about 5 rows below us. So gingerly holding that right arm close to his body is Guy, and the early signs are not positive. So Bentley will have to make a change up front early. Kaji Charles, the second line center, in there. 6-foot true freshman from Springfield to take the snap. 2 men in the backfield, including Damon, flanking Warnock. Handoff. Campo again has space to run, trying to be held back. He's going to get to the line, and he's going to get a first down as he motors forward toward the 35 to pick up the first down. Nothing fancy to that.
No, they went in, the outside linebacker, who was the stand-up defensive end, to add the fourth for actually really got punished by the right tackle for Bentley.
Franklin Pierce plays with 3 down linemen up front, so they play a 3-4 set. Watch number 0, who joins that line. That is Gino Facchetti, and he is a game wrecker. They go to Campo again, upended as he approached the 40-yard line. Stop made that time by Anthony Salviati. Picks up 4, I'll say 3 on first down. But so far this season, Facchetti has done a little bit of everything. 9 tackles, 3 for loss, 2 sacks, an interception, and a fumble recovery through the first 2 games. And he is a player that Coach Gaskamp, when I talked to him on Thursday, said he deserves more recognition. Should have gotten some all-conference looks last year and didn't get any, and he wasn't happy about that. He's playing the spy here as Warnock goes deep, has a man, and it's too far ahead of Peter Bibby. 2 good looks down the right flank for Warnock, and he overshot both of them.
Well, he had him open. He just overthrew him, although you're better off overthrowing than you are underthrowing, and he actually beat him. So you can put that one in your in your memory bank.
3rd down and 7. Bibby on the season, 3 catches for 29 yards. As Bentley's 2 leading receivers are their tight ends. Navon Reed, 5 catches for 85 and TD. And then Pat Damon, 10 for 74. Reed is in the game. Big number 88. Great to have him healthy again. He can take the top off the defense. That takes the top off of everybody as it's over Bradford's head, and the punt team has to come out on the field with Richardson.
There was a blitz. Both inside linebackers came,